Hi, so today we'll cover a product execution question that is about root cause analysis. So this is a Reddit traffic down question that 20% of Reddit traffic is down and how I would approach it. So here is my mock demo. So for this mock interview, I'll use Tuftung AI and I'll use pen and paper to note down things as I'm progressing. And so let me get started. So for this interview, I'll be using Tuftung AI and I'll be sort of using pen and paper as I'm making progress through. So let me get started. I'll move this here. So just to be familiar, like start button starts the conversation. There is a your task here, which gives you some insights into how to approach this question. Don't use it too much because this is mostly for you after the interview or just to get some idea, but you should just treat it as a real interview. Hello.
Hi there. Great to meet you. Today we'll work through a root cause analysis problem. I'll play the role of a data analyst at Reddit, and you'll be the PM investigating an issue. I can provide data, but you'll need to tell me specifically what you're looking for. So here's the scenario.
Okay.
You're a PM at Reddit, and traffic is down.
Sorry, I did not get you.
Oh, sorry about that. The scenario is this. You're a PM at Reddit, and traffic is down by 5% this week compared to last week. How would you investigate that? Take a moment to think about how you'd approach this.
Okay. So I have some clarifying question before I sort of form my hypothesis on how to approach. Yeah, so I have sort of some clarifying question. First is when you say traffic is down, what does traffic mean here? Is it visits, number of customer, or something else?
When I say traffic is down, I'm referring to the number of unique daily visitors to reddit.com, and the 5% drop is comparing this week's traffic to last week's.
Okay, and is that across the globe that our traffic is down, or we have got this report from certain geographies only?
This is a global phenomenon, not limited to specific geographies.
Okay, one more question before sort of we start digging into it. Do we have data that this sort of pattern happens every time this year or maybe a certain quarter that there is this kind of drop and then it picks up?
Looking back at historical data, this kind of drop is unusual. We haven't observed a similar pattern at this time of year before.
Okay. That sounds good. So let me take a moment to jot down my thought on how will I sort of root cause it. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Take your time and think through your approach.
So I'll split the problem into 4 parts. Like we'll first dig into these parts individually. That is technical changes that we've done, bugs and other. Second is product changes, maybe new features, announcements. And the third is any operational changes and policies and all that we might have done. And the fourth one is any external factors, maybe competition has happened, Instagram, Facebook, something in the global world that could impact us. So I'll start with the technical one. Does that sound good to you, the approach?
That sounds like a good approach. Breaking it down into those categories is a very structured way to investigate. Let's start with the technical changes then. What specific information are you looking for regarding technical changes?
Yeah, so have we had any report of bugs filed by users or our internal teams in the last few weeks that we should know of?
We haven't had any unusual.
I understand, yeah, like there will be some bugs that routine bugs, but nothing
reports of bugs or glitches in the last few weeks. Our technical systems seem to be running smoothly. That's right. Nothing out of the ordinary in terms of bugs or glitches. Everything appears to be functioning as expected.
Okay. And do we see any sort of service availability like microservice traffic, uptime of our different resources that we use, or maybe cloud regions that we use? So any report from there, any outages in the cloud provider or the tools that we use?
There haven't been any significant outages or disruptions in our microservices, traffic, or cloud resources. Everything seems to be running normally there.
Okay.
Now, moving on to product changes, have you considered any new features or announcements that might have impacted traffic?
Not. So yeah, has there been any new product announcement or features lately?
Yes, we recently launched updated comment and upvote buttons. However, an A/B test showed that this change had a minimal impact on user behavior.
Interesting. Any other sort of feature that I should be aware of?
Additionally, we haven't made any recent changes to our feed. No, there haven't been any other major feature launches or announcements that could explain the traffic drop. Buttons are the only significant product changes recently.
Got it. So we looked into technical, we looked into product. Now let's look into some operational aspect. Have we made any changes to how our community operate or our documentation or policy things lately?
Yes, there have been some discussions and updates to our API pricing policies, and this has caused some dissatisfaction among some Reddit moderators.
Interesting. Yeah, this is a big thing, like if our API pricing policy has changed. So what has happened? Have we sort of increased prices, closed? What exactly has happened? And what are these moderators doing with their, if they are not happy with the policy?
Yes, we've made changes to our API pricing, which has led to dissatisfaction among some moderators. They have been vocally unhappy about these changes. I can tell you more about what they've been doing if you'd like.
Yeah, yeah. I want to understand, like, what have they been doing, sort of anything about this change?
Some subreddit moderators have been setting their communities to private as a form of protest against the API pricing changes. This makes the content within those subreddits inaccessible to the public.
Oh, that's huge, because then these will not be accessible to Google search as well. Plus, I'm assuming from Reddit homepage also you can't go to these pages. So the overall sessions but sessions we are not bothered. I think there's a unique visitor which is down. So likely it's because these Reddits would be directly bookmarked or gone to Google search, and those users will stop coming, right?
That's a very insightful observation. When subreddits go private, their content does not become inaccessible to search engines and direct traffic.
Okay.
This could definitely be a factor in the traffic and unique.
Got it. So the one way we could, because we have figured out a path, and there is other external factors also that we need to look at. Is there anything on the competition side or that we are aware, like announcement from, let's say, Facebook, Instagram, and other, that we should be considering? Although I'm very much certain that big Reddits are the main reason here.
Apologies for the pause. Regarding the competition, we haven't observed any major announcements or changes from platforms like Facebook or Instagram that would directly explain the drop in Reddit's traffic. The primary focus appears to be on the internal changes related to API pricing and the moderator protests.
That sounds good. So now, just to validate, like next we can run some experiments. One is that some analysis, let's say if we exclude the Reddits that are banned, do we see same level of traffic? Validate that this is the region. Or let's say in a certain geography, let's say Europe or somewhere where we have not enforced this API policy and we don't see a drop, that will be another way to validate it.
Sorry for the mild hiccup. I'm back now. You're suggesting we look at specific subreddits that went private to see if they experienced similar traffic drop, and also compare traffic in regions where the API policy hasn't been enforced?
That is true, yes.
Okay, let me check the data for that. Yes, the subreddits that went private show a significant traffic, correlating with when they changed their status. And in regions where the API policy hasn't been enforced, we don't see the same level of traffic decline. This strongly suggests the moderator protests are a key factor. What are your thoughts on potential solutions?
Okay, that sounds good. Can I take 30 seconds to brainstorm? Yeah, so I worked in Google Cloud, and one of the things that I learned there, that whenever you are making a breaking change like price increase or discontinuing a product, there is a change policy that we used to put in place, and that was really effective.
I see. So you're suggesting we consider similar policies around API deprecation and communication with moderators?
That is true. For example,
Right.
yeah, one is that we give a 1-year notice that we will not break between this time frame. Second, we can do a gradual rollout. So to the large customers, we sort of work very closely, give them discounts, and also that they know they are not impacted, and ensure we ensure that these large traffic Reddit, which control big portion of
Can
this
you
pipe.
clarify what you mean by giving a 1-year notice?
Yeah, what I mean is that we'll not change it for the next 1 year. So that way we can just right away reduce the pain for these users and say that in 1 year we will be in consultative period, we will try to understand your grievances and then enforce it. So that's the one. The second I would say is that we would say that work with the top Reddit organization moderators and offer them some custom
So
solution.
you're suggesting a 1-year notice period for API changes, a gradual rollout to larger community, and then gradually roll out changes to larger. It sounds like you're proposing a phased approach with clear communication, and then work with top Reddit moderators to offer them some kind of incentives or support.
That is true. Yeah. So we work with top redditors. And the third, so yeah, these are the three things. 1 year notice, work with top redditors to offer some custom solution, reduce the pain. And the third is gradual rollout so that we don't feel the impact right away. So that will be my solution here. You there? You there?
I see. Of a 1-year notice period for API changes, working closely with top moderators to offer support, and gradually rolling out changes to minimize impact. Those are thoughtful strategies to address the moderator concerns and potentially recover traffic.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anything else?
I heard your suggestions for the three-pronged approach. Those are good steps to take in resolving the problem. Do you have any further questions or anything else you'd like to discuss?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. So I'll stop the mock here. So once you complete the mock, you can we spend some time and then process the data, and you'll get rich analytics on how did you do, what you could improve. So this is the data that I got, that this is a summary. Problem solving approach was strong, data gathering was good, analytical was strong, communication good, overall good. What could be improved, could have been more specific in asking operational changes. Yeah, I was a bit vague here. Took some time to fully articulate the connection between private subreddit and search, and overall approach was excellent, and some next steps here. So this gives you a nice idea that how you did and what you could improve. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. Try it out for yourself.